Let's see here.
Just click the link.
Okay, we are live. Let me go ahead and close
Okay.
this out. All right, we're live on Facebook. All right, well, happy Friday, everybody out there. How you guys doing in Facebook land? Rabu Gary here with Andre and Zina Trump. Crump, not Trump. Woo! Okay, we just gotta stop the whole interview right now. No.
Right.
I'm sorry. I meant to say Andre and Zina Crump. Okay,
Right.
CRUMP.
Correct.
All right. I'm here today, and I'm honored to have them as some of the newest ring earners with UIGI. Known Andre for a while now, and just a consummate professional, incredible gentleman. Just had a chance to chat with his wife, amazing, amazing lady, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to chat with them today to bring them to you as the newest ring earners with UIGI. And how you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing
Great.
fantastic. Yeah.
Wonderful. Glad to have you. I want to thank you for being patient with my crazy schedule as of late. These things are hard to get in with all this other stuff we got going on, but I appreciate your patience. And again, glad to have you today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to jump in. I know you said the missus, she doesn't have, she has a commitment that she has to go to, but maybe before she goes, for those who are watching today, so they can learn a little bit about you, and we'll dive deep into UIGI and how you and your family's made some great money. And you're not strangers to money, but you made some great money with UIGI. But before we do that, obviously you're married. You guys have kids. Where do you live? What do you do? All that good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so first, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your platform. It's great. We've had a good time. I love seeing Andre have fun and grow. It's pretty awesome to see that, him be in a space that he's happy in. So I appreciate that. But I'm a retired colonel. I retired out of the Pentagon in the Air Force. We after that we had the opportunity to come to join the Indiana University Health System where I function as an executive director. I promised my husband though that after 33 years in the military that we would go to Florida after we retired. End up saying, "Hey, can you be a little bit more understanding and let me go to Indiana for 2 years?" End up being here 2 years and 8 months. I called him. I said, "Hey, are you ready to go?" He said, "Absolutely." He called a realtor. We're sitting in our home that is like the shell of our home
Yeah.
now. So we will be moving to Florida. I'm gonna follow him. He's excited to go there. So we have 5 kids. Unfortunately, God took our oldest daughter in 2018, but he's still good. We have collectively 12 grandchildren. We will have our 13th grandchild January 26th from our son and his wife. So we're very excited about that. I'm excited to be a part of your group. I do like making money. I am the complimentary part of my husband. So this smile that you see, he has that all the time. Um, and he is truly a people person. He
Yes, he
loves
is.
people to a fault. So audience, I love people, but reasonably. I have boundaries.
Yeah.
So I am that his boundary.
She's the
to him.
no nonsense part of the team.
But love to have fun.
So don't come with no nonsense because you got to deal with her.
Behind the scenes, behind the scenes.
Well, brother
That's it, man.
Andre, Sherry's the exact same way.
Good. It gives these teams these
Balance.
couples balance. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
before we even go any further, Zena skipped over. She said she's retired colonel, but Zena put in 33 years in the Air Force. She was enlisted first,
Very proud of
went to
that.
nursing school, got her nursing degree, registered nurse, came back into the military. She retired out of the Surgeon General's office and was the medical strategist, the number one medical strategist in Air Force medicine. And she reported to a 3 star and a 2 star.
Right.
But she's the real deal. She is the
Wow.
real deal. Yeah. So I'm
Thank you,
really
baby.
proud of my baby.
Thank you. I'm proud of
Yeah.
you too.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm
Good.
sorry. Normally when you hear military, it's always funny. My dad was in the Navy, and my stepdad retired as a Master Chief in the Navy. We always hear in this order:
Yes.
smarts, Air
Yes.
Force, Naval Academy, and
Oh
everything
no.
else. But
Yeah. Yeah.
but we appreciate your service on
Thank
many
you.
levels. That's a big deal. It's an honor, to even get a chance to meet you, and that means a lot. And I know there are people watching right now who are veterans and who are active in our military,
Yeah.
and they appreciate your service as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. And
Yes.
thank you for your service as well, because it takes the family to get it done, right?
Yes.
And we know that the family sacrifices a lot. So thank you for being there and serving with your dad and your stepdad.
And thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So um, we were both military. We met in the Air Force, but we've always had a business hat on our whole career. So um, in the network marketing world, I started when I was 18,
Whew.
um, a few moons ago. And I can't remember the name, a nutritional company. Didn't know what I was doing, just having fun. But the experience and um, the reward for me was to see people happy, whether it was the products or earning money or just having something positive to do. And that's where I found my niche. We were fortunate enough; we've hit some big. We've been number one position in a few companies. Um, we owned our first $1 million business was way back in 90,
It was that was 99,
2000,
something like that. We
2000.
left in 2000.
And so um, the thing for me was that it was good that Zena and I and our family were good, were being successful, but there were thousands of people that didn't get to partake in the level of success we had, and
Uh,
that was,
well,
yeah, that was my vice. That's what really turned me off with a lot of the opportunities we joined. People were putting their heart and souls in and didn't get the return. This is why UGIG appealed to us, because whether or not you um, are a networker, whether or not you have groups, or whether you're an investor, whatever category you fall into, this is the ideal platform where you can shine. You've always taught us don't invest what you can't afford. Don't go spending money that you don't have. Don't go take out loans and get into debt to be a part of this. And it was like perfect, you know. So we watch you and Sherry and constantly, and you are you have become the image of the future. The help that you are giving average people right now is amazing. And I just hear from our team that, you know, when we started this journey just in January, and one of the opportunities, I recall some of the ladies saying, I can only afford $100, and I won't ever be able to go past that. And okay, if that's what you can afford, that's what you can afford. Now these people are into the thousands of dollars, and returns are like amazing, and so we're like, okay, all right, it's time to put the foot on the pedal right now. So we appreciate you and Sherry. We also want to just make sure, Clay and Lisa are amazing. We were a part of their group. um, Rob Stokes, who brought us all to the platform. Um, they have all been intricate to get us to this point.
wow.
So we're happy we're here now, but the game is just getting started. I know, this is not a network marketing opportunities. This is not that type of game. Old habits die hard. I'm hungry to see people successful, and so I'm driving this train as hard as I can.
Wow, wow, this is amazing. So you said a lot of amazing stuff there, and I'll start with when's your birthday, if I may
My
ask?
my birthday is November 30th.
Okay, I thought it was January because you and I we hold the same heart.
Yeah.
Like Sherry and I were, successful just like you and Zena. Not to the maybe not even to the levels you guys were successful. We've done well in this industry. The challenge is, it hurts my heart. And I love network marketing. Man, I do, because maybe I didn't make all the money in the world, but I gained some incredible relationships. I didn't read my first book until I was 27 years old. Now I have a library. Actually, I recommend an amazing book today. I've learned a lot from the industry. And I made some money, a whole bunch of it,
Yeah.
but a lot of people didn't. And it just drove me crazy. And maybe I shouldn't have taken that pressure on myself, but it did drive me to hopefully find something where everybody would win. And I know it sounds crazy to say that everybody wins with us, but like you said, the young ladies who started, or older ladies who started with $100, now they're rolling 1,000. Heck, I started with 400.
Yeah.
And just for privacy's sake, I won't even mention how much money we made, but I started with 400.
Wow.
400 that I kind of didn't have.
Wow.
And this is on May 28th, 2000. I mean, May 29th, 2020.
Yeah.
So, and I get it. Old habits are hard, die hard. And, but your habit is that you want to see people succeed.
Yes.
That's a good darn habit to have. It's an admirable habit. It's a noble habit to have. As my grandmother would say, don't let them people kill you, helping them succeed. But it's a noble habit to have. And so I applaud the both of you for it. And as a result, Robert Stokes, a great dude, Clay and Lisa, Sherry and I, they're phenomenal. We love them.
Yes.
And I'm glad that they, ushered you on to UIGI. And I'm excited for your group. You have ring earners in your group. What do you have, 2 or 3 of them?
I think we got to 3. Yeah, we're up to 3 right now.
Yeah.
Me making 4.
And he's still working.
I'm still working.
Still work. I love
we're
it.
on the new game.
And you know what that does? It shows diversification. See, I recently did a video yesterday in a group, and I was very adamant about this because there's some leaders who've left our group because we keep talking diversification. And they're not keen on diversification. They want to plant their flag in one thing and move one way. And I get it. I don't agree with it because it's not if, it's when something happens,
Right.
So, but you guys have decided to go the route of getting the ring, which is a great thing because at the end of the day, you've helped your team diversify.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
So here's some questions I want to shoot at you. So being in UIGI, what would I say? And there's no wrong answer here, but what's one of your favorite phases, if you have a favorite one at all?
Yeah. Well, all of them are incredible. And I got to say this. Prior to UIGI, we did not even understand or know the crypto space.
Wow.
True.
We didn't even understand it. I've got friends that begged me to get on Bitcoin in 2009, 2010. Then now gazillionaire has gone off into the sunshine, but I just didn't understand. And that's one of the key components about what you're doing, what you and Clay have done. You dig deep in explanation and put it on a basic or elementary explanation of how it works, how to do it. Just do this, do that, and you're done. That took us a long way. It did, because we were like, we're traditional business people. We own a restaurant. We have other traditional businesses, but this was just a concept we just couldn't wrap our head around.
We had crypto.
Because we just bought on like the barbershop advice, like go buy this.
Robinhood.
Yeah, go buy this.
Right.
Buy it.
Go buy Dogecoin or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
But it wasn't until learning about UIGI and just watching the videos and just hearing people's explanations and team members getting on board and wrapping their head around it. And we spun up quick. And then when the money started coming in, then it was like, okay, we got to put some serious time into this. So I want to commend you. You have done an incredible job of creating this platform. And I want to tell you, um, bless you, bro. God bless you.
Bless you.
Because you are changing people's lives where folks didn't think they had a hope. And I'm just seeing it in our circle. One brother just you have turned his life around. Now he's talking about every platform that is going with UIGI, where at first he was, I can't do this, I can't do this, and now he's hitting me up every day like, are you in this yet? Are you doing that? Have you pulled profit? So just so you know, and I know you get hit up every day, all day. Bless you. Yeah, my baby's got to go. She got to.
It was a pleasure. Right. It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
The pleasure's all mine. Go. I can't wait to see you in Orlando.
Yes. So you see what you see, but trust me, for those of us on the outer limits, you are doing something that is literally not just changing people's life, but changing society. And that's part of Zina and I's goal. So I want to push all the blessings and fortune and success and everything your way because you're doing it. It is what my first millionaire mentor tried to do, Debbie and Delzino Wilson Debriano. They try to create exactly what you're doing, a community where we could be successful. There's no hating, there's no backbiting. We don't have to climb on top of each other just to make this thing happen. And so we're all in with you.
Wow. Well, darn, you done flipped the darn interview. Got me over here. I'm not an emotional dude, more logical than emotional, but I appreciate that. I thank you.
Just to answer your question, though, I am a diehard Daisy guy.
Okay.
I'm diehard. We became Pace Setter Goals. Well, we've created.
Will y'all be in Dubai?
We won't.
Oh,
this just came up in the last 2 days.
Okay.
That we won't be able to make with the house and
right
and that's why Zina's got to go.
But congratulations, you won a trip to Dubai. Congratulations.
Yeah. But we've created like 5 Pace Setter Goals in the team.
Good God Almighty.
Yeah. So Mike. I gotta tell you, I gotta say this because I want to give recognition where recognition is due. Mike Deldar.
Oh yeah.
You talking about a driving force? I mean, he's busy enough as it is, but that young man, I don't know. They talk about I'm busy. I don't know when he sleeps, but
Dr. Mike Deldar.
Yeah, he is a driving force. He was the first on the team to hit pace setter goal, um, um, and then things just mushroomed. So you did the interview with Brenda Harrison.
Yes.
You talking about a ladies in her twilight years. Bruh, she is running circles running around some of us young cats because she's like,
she's killing it. She's
like, what are you guys doing? So when you're surrounded with people like that, you can only win. And when we have a saying, iron sharpens iron. It's from the Bible. I'm only as good as the team. And we don't put one before the other, but um, um, these folks have just done some incredible things. You don't see us all over the internet. You don't see a lot of us, but behind the scenes, man, we'll be in Orlando for the ring earner ceremony, and a bunch of team members that are working towards their qualifications for the next one will be there. Because we've all recognized that this is the real deal. You are the real deal, you and Sherry. and we're just happy to be here.
Wow. Wow. This every interview is different. So this is phenomenal. So I got to ask you some of the, and I'm excited for your group. I'm excited for anyone that you have a chance to influence and work with, because the proof is in the pudding. Not only have you done some amazing things, they're popping up like out of everywhere, and it's a wonderful thing. And you're right. You're just as good as the folks you associate with. My grandmother would say to me, my mom says, my dad, all my elders would say, you lay down with dogs, you're gonna wake up with fleas, But at the same time, if you hang out with some of the brightest stars in the world, you'll become a sun.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing to see what your group has done and what you guys will continue to do. And I am honored and happy, to see everybody in Orlando. We got some gifts for y'all too. So here's one for you.
Yes.
The 1/3 rule. And I ask this because, and I always ask everyone this, because we have people like yourself who join our platform who are well-to-do. Then we have people who aren't that well-to-do, and we have people who've never made money like this before, and they make it quick and it's just gone.
Right.
We talk about the 1/3 rule, where it starts with never play with anything you can't afford to lose. That's number one, But then number two, when you make your money, take 1/3, erase some debt, take another third, reinvest, take that last third, split it in half, pay Uncle Sam, we got to pay Uncle Sam, and then go play with the other piece. How does the 1/3 rule work for you or work for some of your group?
It's given us clarity.
Okay.
All right. Like I mentioned, the space we're in right now is new territory for Zena and I, and so we needed some guidance. All right. So we listened to a few different options and found that the 1/3 rule just makes sense. It just makes sense. It's worked perfectly for us. Team members are telling us that they're now paying off debt they never saw a way out of. All right. So, the 1/3 rule works. And I want to make sure I get this in there. For me, a father's prayer is to always see your children do well and go on beyond what we've taught them or what have you. So we're fortunate enough, and I've pitched everything we've been a part of to our children as young, as old as they were to join something. This is the first thing.
Wow.
Our daughter in Orlando, oh man, she's all over it. She listened to you more than me. So she's all over it. We got our twin daughters. They're invested in well, not invested, but they are a part of several of the platforms. So and our son's the late bloomer. He's coming around, but it is an answer to a father's prayer.
Wow.
Because I can see now. Um, I don't want to just leave to the kids and the grandkids. I want them to be independent to do for themselves. I want them to have the skill set that no matter what, they will survive. I now have that peace of mind being a part of UIGI. So even our grandkids, believe it or not, I know Zena and I don't look it, but we have teenage grandkids that we are indoctrinating in this game. And so they can now perpetuate and do for themselves. So that's the level of game you're playing.
This is crazy. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've had some mentors in the networking space. I feel crazy right now. I have some mentors in the networking space who tell the stories that their children never did anything, or their brothers or their sisters or their cousins watched them make all this money, but never did anything. And what you're saying is happening. I have some big time mentors. I can't mention their names because they're silently and quietly CEOs and stuff of other companies, but they're in every phase. But their kids are in these phases and not in their businesses, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'll give you a little testimony. We were driving the other day. So my 18-year-old came home for the 4-day weekend. She flew in, we flew her back out. While we were in the car, she's in Etherconnect. and she
Oh
had never
wow.
taken any money out of Etherconnect.
Okay.
So my 13-year-old, she's on it. She's like, Daddy,
Okay.
when can I withdraw? So she withdraw, about 5,000 a week or something like that.
Yeah.
So my 18-year-old never withdrew.
Wow.
And I don't mind saying this because this is her money, not mine.
Yes. Yes.
She did a withdrawal the other day. While she's sitting in the back seat, she had to go get on her VPN and everything, and she withdrew $37,000.
Wow.
My
Wow. For an
18-year-old.
18-year-old.
Now, while she almost has a free ride in school,
Yeah.
Sherry was like, "Well, that's a year your school paid for."
Yeah.
She has mostly academics. She has a free ride,
Sure.
darn near free ride. But that 37,000 coupled with the
Yes.
scholarship she received from her school, she's done for the next 4 years.
Oh wow. Beautiful.
It's
Beautiful.
crazy, and I don't get a
Yeah.
chance to tell those testimonies, but you motivated me today
Yeah. You
to
got
tell
to.
that one.
You got to. And that's the unique thing about where we're at right now. See, um, you appeal to a certain audience, right? Clay will appeal to a certain audience. Mike, Brenda, Rob, you know, me. It takes all of the personalities. It takes all of the life experiences. There's over 7 billion people on the planet.
Right.
And so the thing Zena always says, what I love about Rabu, he's himself. He is comfortable in his skin and he is who he is. And so as a result, you appeal to a certain audience. All right. It takes all of our personalities just being real and putting it out there to pull in the masses. And I truly believe, I know we're over 50,000 on the network already. I believe this time next year it's going to at least double. I
Yeah.
believe that.
It's growing. Our moderators work hard to keep the scammers out the group. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
come in every 2 seconds. God bless the moderators.
Yeah.
Whenever you get a chance to thank them, please thank them.
Yes.
But yeah, it's we're growing and
Yes.
we're very appreciative that people are winning.
Yes.
And that's the bottom line. And as we tell everybody, for those who are watching, we're a social club.
Yep.
We share the same information amongst each other that we would share at a barbershop or a cookout or Top Golf or, today I'll probably I'm taking my daughter to a sleepover. So, on the way back, because my wife is going out with some of her girlfriends, I'll probably stop somewhere, have a bite to eat. I'll get into a conversation with somebody.
Yep.
And we'll talk about UIGI.
Yep.
And I'll ask them, have you ever heard of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency? Like, oh yeah. And I talk to I'll be at a golf resort, right? And I'll talk to people and they're like, oh yeah, but that stuff is too risky. But then a couple of minutes later, they're in UIGI.
There you go.
It
just works. It just works.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so cool. So here's one I have to ask everybody.
Yes.
So for a brand new person, who joined UIGI, I don't know, we do so many things to get people in the group. They're friends who invite folks.
Right.
And the good thing is when people are invited by someone, they always should connect with that person. That's very important.
Yes. Yeah.
We do advertisement in Instagram. We do advertisement on Facebook. We're doing radio right now. We're syndicated on 37 stations.
Nice.
So people are coming in left and right. They join our group every day. For that person who joined our group, and they'll see this video. What would you tell that brand new person who probably joined this space, like yourself, who have no clue really about how this space works?
Right. So, what we tell our new team members, and what I tell people that just can't see it right now, because timing is everything, is that you've got to trust yourself, invest in yourself, and then take the risk. I send out motivational messages to the team every day, and my favorite one is with Steve Harvey, where he tells you to jump. That you've got to jump. You might get bruised along the way, but you will never reach your ultimate goal or dreams without jumping and taking a risk. So here at UIGI, there is a platform where there's very low risk.
Right.
You can start with very little funds.
Right.
You can build and grow to something great. but just take the risk. Trust yourself, invest in yourself, and watch the videos. Whoever's promo page you found this at, or however you found this, there are videos that explains every step along the way, and you are in good hands.
Uh, wow. So the group appreciates that. Um, that's huge. And just like one of your ring earners, she's on the video.
Yes.
She set me straight, man. And I had to go back and watch some more videos after talking to Brenda. you know.
Yes.
So yeah, I love that it's been created. A lot of folks will give me some credit, and I can't take all the credit because
Right.
I don't bring these things to the group. I bet them out. I use my resources to make sure that we mitigate our risk. Because I don't like playing around with my money, and I
Yes.
darn sure don't want anybody playing around with their money.
Yes.
I always said I don't want you to spend my money, and I don't want to spend yours.
Right.
So we do our best to mitigate risk to keep it as low as humanly possible.
Right.
And you're right.
And that's the safety net, is that you take the time to vet these opportunities. And sometimes there might be something behind the scenes you may not catch, but 99% of the time you are on point. You got your game together. Um, this is for people of all walks of life. Just look at some of the testimonials from around the world, every culture, every age group, every economic status are becoming a part of this network. And I'm really just humbled that I am at where I am in this game that we're playing right now. I really am.
It was great to hear you mention Delzino DiBriano, right? I never met him. I know now he resides in Atlanta, but
Yeah.
my good friend and mentor, Johnny Davis, actually, I'll be spending some time with Johnny and his wife in Charlotte within the next week or so. His wife has an amazing talk show, and I'll be on her talk show. I'm happy about that.
Wow.
Yep. But Johnny's the creator of this shirt, Cancel the N-Word. I love this shirt.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't use the N-word, and but he's a mastermind behind this. I told him this would be the best selling shirt, I believe, this year.
Yeah.
But when I learned about Delzino, it was through Johnny. And he taught us
wow.
about everything and how Delzino was doing his best to make this utopia society, as you said, with no drama and none of this stuff. And things, whatever the company happens, blah, 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 it went wherever it did. But something you mentioned, we don't do drama in UIGI. We don't do competition. I don't believe in it in business. Now in sports, absolutely. When we get to Orlando, they have an incredible mini golf course. That thing's ranked. Okay, I'm gonna tear everybody up in that mini golf course. Okay, we're gonna play some spades. I'm gonna have some people mad playing spades. Okay, when it comes to sports and cards, it's just for fun. But when it comes to business and seeing people make money for them and their family, there's no room for competition.
Yes.
You own a restaurant, other people own restaurants. People need to be able to eat everywhere,
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what we believe in. And I believe that's one of the principles that has helped UIGI grow. And then back to our moderators, and myself, we scope things out that might seem a little sketchy. People being negative and not looking at the glass being half full. When they're looking at it half empty, we got to ask them to lead the group because we don't need that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just a good place. You just and many of the team members have commented. It's just you just feel right. It just feels right to be here, and what we're doing just feels right. We don't have to. Back in the day, we were selling product that we didn't know if the person needed it or not. But here we have a platform that, like I said, it doesn't matter your economic status, your culture, your religion, your background. It doesn't matter. Right? There's a place here for you. So yeah, it just feels right.
Wow. Well, I asked you this in my closing question for you.
Yes.
What words of wisdom would you give to the group? Not just the folks in your group, the entire group of UIGI, because they're going to watch this right now. What words of wisdom will you get to the group, our seasoned folks and our new folks?
Right. So, to our fellow members, we have this one moment in time. It's never been like this in the history that we know of. It's never been where the average person is on a level playing field, whether they team building, doing it for themselves, doing it for the future of their kids or their grand. Never have we had a platform like this. For whatever reason you joined, make it work. All I can say is that if we were to look into the crystal ball and see what's to come, based on what's taking place with UIGI, the future is bright. Um, if you have issues, work them out. But this is the one thing we've been praying for. This is the one thing we've been hoping for. Just something to take us out of the dark ages of whether it's making money or helping others or whatever. This is it. And so for me, my intention is to see everyone to rise because we're all on different mindsets as far as what we believe we can achieve. But this is a platform where it can happen. Now, will there be challenges? Absolutely. You're not going to grow without it. But this is the place where you can achieve those goals and those dreams. So let's do it. Let's get to it and let's make it happen.
Wow. Wow. Well, sir, I appreciate you and the missus today and your group and everything you guys bring to the table. For those who are watching, follow Mr. Andre Crump, like inbox him on Facebook, find him, listen to him, listen to the interview. He has a wealth of knowledge and he's surrounded by incredible superhumans, that are making it happen. So follow him, inbox him, share this video on your page. There's someone who has his story. There's someone that maybe they can't relate to you right now, but they can relate to his story. And through you, they'll join with you, and they'll join UIGI. And next thing you know, even though you don't have to have people join with you to make money. That's very, very important. But they will. And your dreams, will come true. I won't say overnight, but they'll come true pretty fast. So I want to thank you.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see you guys down in Orlando.
Yeah. God bless you and continue to guide you and strengthen you and keep you. And I pray that we continue to grow the way we have been, and that the help that you need, because I know that your shoulders are carrying a big weight right now. We see it. So I just pray that the right people come in your path. We pray that the right opportunities continue to come in your path, and that you continue to be encouraged to do what you're doing.
Well, thank you. That's well received. Thank you very much for that. And again, it's a pleasure to have you and the missus as not only, the newest ring earners, but ring earner creators. It's a big deal. I know there are many, many more to come.
Oh, absolutely.
There are people on the run right now for the next qualifications, and it might be sooner than we think. But again, thank you for your time. And I'll chat with you later, and we'll see you in Orlando.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.